Good morning, July 1st, 2019, already a new month. I'm a little bit glad June's behind because June was not a good month for this work. There were some highlights. The horse race went well. We learned a lot doing that horse race all day. The golf tournaments have been pretty good, but man, baseball was just not right in June. And part of the problem was me. I started to overthink things. Like yesterday, if I just done a simple decode and just gone with all the 21 date numerology, the day would have been just fine. But I'm overthinking things just because a lot of the regular patterns haven't been coming through. So anyway, June's over. It's a new month. To review a little bit of yesterday, the PGA Rocket Mortgage from the beginning, we liked Duffner and Sabatini. Sabatini ended up finishing in third place. We identified that the number 27 would probably be a big number in the tournament because it began on the 27th of the month on a date with 27 numerology. And the name of the tournament was the Rocket Mortgage Classic. The word Rocket's 27. The man who won the tournament, he was 36 years old. We thought that might also matter because the final day had the 36 connection added, as did Rocket. And his full name equaled 103, which is the 27th prime. So we did identify the right numbers. It's just that guy was way, way, way down as one of the longest shots in the tournament to win it. Again, if you follow this post, I put up the information each day after the tournament. So he was the leader after day one, and we saw how he connected the numbers we were looking at. He had the 27 and 36 connection, just like the tournament had those connections. But if you took Sabatini to place, you did all right. So we've done a good job of identifying people who've placed in the top from the beginning. That 100-to-1 guy, JJ, what was his name? He was in the top 10 through the whole tournament until the very end. If anyone had anything on him, that was too bad that he dropped off right at the end. But Sabatini, he looked real good for a top 10 because his next top 10 was 76, and Rocket Mortgage is 76. Plus, he had some other things going on, too. Let's see. The tournament ended 89 days after Sabatini's birthday, and Rocket Mortgage Classic is 89. So he had the right amount of top 10s and the right birthday alignment for the tournament. So he made it happen. And then Duffner, he flirted with the top 10 early, but I thought he was going to be there, Duffner. He had quite the numbers for this tournament. So who was this guy that was JJ Spawn? He stayed in the top 10 until the very end of the tournament. He was 100-to-1. His connection was the tournament. Let's see. The tournament ended 313 days after his birthday, which is the Detroit area code, and his name, JJ Spawn, was 4498, like Detroit. So not bad, though. I mean, golf pays good odds. So if you got two guys pinned for the top 10 and they hit it, you're a winner. But not quite as good as we did with the last tournament. So, but I know we're dialed in. We're doing the right thing with golf. It's been all about the keyword in the tournament, the date numerology, and who has the birthday alignment and the name. And again, this man who won it put up his information. Oh, by the way, right after, again, in case you missed what I said before, right after we did the live decode, somebody called in and said, check out this Cameron Champ guy. He's supposed to be the new Tiger Woods. And I ran the Gematria on him and saw he had that 83 big Detroit connection. He was up at the top of the leaderboard after the first day, but then he fell off. But this man who won, Nate Lashley, fired a 63, the reflection at 36. He's 36 years old, and his full name, Nathan Clark Lashley, 103, the 27th prime. They were talking about this morning on ESPN, how I guess he lost his family in a plane crash, and golf's been a battle for him. But the tournament began 197 days after his birthday, the 45th prime number. And the opening day had 45 date numerology as well. He was the leader after day one. So his birthday synced up with the date numerology when it began. And I don't think the end of the tournament had a connection. No, but the start of it did. So that was that. And baseball yesterday, if I would have just stuck with the 21 date numerology and just did a simple decode, majority of the games did go that way. The Red Sox did not. You guys might recall before, when we were still in the series, before we even got to this, I theorized that the Yankees might sweep this Red Sox series for the symbolism of it. The Yankees beating the New England team in England like a Revolutionary War tribute. And I should have just stuck with that thought because that is what happened. It's just that the numbers in terms of the date numerology, they lined up nicely for the Yankees to lose day one and the Red Sox to win day two, but it wasn't that way. And then the other thing was the bomb, the story about the 9/11 first responder. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, it's because my June posts are gone. This story of the 9/11 first responder who died at age 53, the day of game one, he absolutely was the riddle. So this was before game one was played in this London series. You get this 53-year-old 9/11 first responder. Don't forget the Yankees went to the World Series right after September 11th and lost to the Diamondbacks. But Boston Red Sox 53, London Stadium 53. His name was Louis Alvarez, 146.70, like United Kingdom 146.70. There's pictures of this guy in the media wearing a Yankees cap too. New York Yankees is 70. Game one for a moment, the score was 14-6. When he just did his testimony with Jon Stewart, NYPD Bomb Squad baseball cap backwards. NYPD Bomb Squad 54 like baseball. The Yankees got to 54 wins. And, baseball's America's game and the Yankees are America's team, and 50 runs were scored in that series. America's 50 with the alphabetic order like 50 states. But the first game was on the date with 47 numerology. So this guy was the riddle. This guy was the clue. And, yeah, it was all symbolism. So it wasn't about the numbers. It was about Yankees, beating the Brits. And then you got this American game. So should have just stuck with that thought. That was my initial thought before the tournament began. But then the date numerology just had me looking at it a different way. But that is what happened. Yesterday, I said I've noticed the Orioles play well on Saturday, but not on Sunday. Even if riddles go against them on Saturday, they seem to win. If riddles go for them on Sunday, they seem to lose. Orioles had a decent riddle yesterday, but they lost, so not surprised. So I'm going to keep paying attention to that. Do the Orioles win on Saturday and lose on Sundays? It seems they do. The Royals had a slightly better riddle than the Blue Jays yesterday. Let me pull up yesterday's notes real quick. So we go over some of these games. Zoom this in here a little bit. Okay. Let's see. So Keller, the riddle through him was if he got the win, he'd be 4-9. Blue Jays is 49. And I guess that's what the riddle predominantly was. Let me see if Keller did get the win, so he did become 4-9 versus the Blue Jays. And the Rays, we talked about how yesterday, if they got the win, they'd get the 48th win on the 48 date numerology, plus their 48th home win all time against the Rangers. So the date numerology stacked in two ways. So that looked good. The Nationals picked up their 21st win on the 21 date. There wasn't a whole lot else to go off of, but the Nationals were a monster favorite. And the Cubs and Reds game, was iffy. The Reds had a chance to pick up their 21st home win on the 21-date numerology, and they did. They could have also picked up their 21st loss in the division. Had they lost, they would have stayed on 37 wins. Chicago's 37. The Cubs could have picked up their 46th win. Chicago's also 46. Reds is 46. So that one was tight. The Reds did take it. And again, it's usually date numerology that trumps all things. And that's still what I'd be preaching. But it's just there's been some stretches in baseball where the date numerology fell out. And it seemed it was more gematria driven. So that's just kind of how baseball's been. It's like that's kind of like the metaphor for how baseball's been this year. It's like facing a nasty pitcher, keeping you off balance. It's like one week it's, a whole bunch of off-speed stuff. Now it's breaking balls. Now it's sliders. And it's making it tough because, it keeps you guessing. And I don't like – this isn't supposed to be guesswork. But admittedly, it's turned into a lot of guesswork because baseball's been so inconsistent. So this whole time I've been trying to find, a constant. And if there still is a constant, it is date numerology, but there's been some stretches where it's disappeared. So the Phillies and Marlins game was one of those that could go either way. We talked about how the Phillies could get their 21st win in the NL East. They did on the 21 date. The White Sox, their record's now 39-42. White Sox equals 39-42. They play the Tigers next. Tigers 39. That was the question. Would they get that 39th win before they win in the Tigers series, or would they stay on 38 versus Minnesota? And the answer was they got to 39. And that's the other thing that's tough. You see a lot of teams, they'll go in to a series on the number that corresponds with the team, but then you'll see a lot of other teams come up just one game short. So, or one game over. The Pirates and the Brewers. Let me go to the notes. I forget what it was for this game. So the Brewers were 7-2 versus the Pirates. Had they lost, they would have been 7-3, like 73 on the 21-date numerology. 73 is the 21st prime, but they did win and they became 8-2. And I know Seattle's 82, and I think Milwaukee Brewers has the 82 connection as well. So I guess that's not so surprising. Yeah, Milwaukee Brewers is 82. I was just thinking on the 21 date, the 73 might play harder. So the Mariners, they had a chance to win, but more was stacked against them. We saw how both pitchers' records would make perfect sense with the Astros win, how the Mariners could pick up their 51st loss, and they nearly did it with a 5-1 ball game. It was 5-1 at the end. But Houston Astros 51. The Mariners did have a shot at their 21st away win, but the line was so huge it was just shy of 300, and it actually grew to 300 because the majority of the gamblers went with the Astros. But yeah, that game was definitely not a shocker. I thought the Rockies were going to come through yesterday. These teams could have been 7-3, or the Dodgers would have fallen to 7-3 against the Rockies with a loss. Los Angeles Dodgers 73, Colorado Rockies 73, 73 the 21st prime, 21 date. Dodgers could have got the 21st away loss. And it was also Bud Black's birthday, the manager of the Rockies. I've said before, just because it's your birthday doesn't mean you're going to win, but the 73-21 riddle looked nice to me. And wasn't so. The Giants looked good to win yesterday. The only question was Bumgarner again. Was he going to go over 114? But pretty much everything lined up for the Giants in this game, and the Diamondbacks got their 21st away loss. And Bumgarner did eclipse 114, so he's now at 115. So we'll see if they trade him at that number. Still be symbolic because it is the year of the 115th World Series. I was thinking he'd get that win on the next team he went to. The A's and the Angels, either team could have picked up the 21. There wasn't a whole lot to go off of. Had the Athletics lost, they would have been 21-21 on the 21 date. And typically that does happen on a date numerology. If a team can have the win and loss on the date numerology, it usually goes that way. But yesterday, both games that had that opportunity, this is obnoxious. You guys see how Apple keeps asking me to put it? I mean, like, seriously? Oh man. Anyway, 21 both teams that could have been 21 and 21 on the 21 date did not, and that is atypical. So Padres did pick up the 21st home loss on the 21 date. And the Mets did get the 21st home win. They ended that losing streak. They could have also got the 48th loss on the 48 date. And had they would have stayed on 37 wins. Atlanta Braves 37, Atlanta 48. And the Braves would have got their 51st win, Mets 51. But the 21 played in the majority of games yesterday. So had you just gone with the 21, and understand the 21 date numerology path is the most pure path. Had you taken that path, you would have got it with the Mets. You would have got it with the Padres losing. You would have been a toss-up here, so that one's null. You would have got it with the Diamondbacks losing 3. You would have missed on the Dodgers, so 3-1. You might have been inclined to take the Mariners, but you might have said, there's quite a few things that go against the Mariners. But let's just say you did take the Mariners. You would have been 3-2. I'm not counting games where you could have stayed on the number because staying on the number is never consistent. The Reds got it, so 4-2. The Nationals got it, so 5-2. I guess the Indians. No. That's not true. The Red Sox missed. So you would have been 5-3 if you just followed the 21s yesterday. And that's not far off the mark. I mean, typically, I'd say historically doing this over all the time I have, date numerology usually hits at about 65%. So what's 5-3? It's more like 60% there. But it's still it's the most winning method. But then again, there's been some stretches in baseball where the date numerology just did not play, which has been mystifying. So anyway, today, July 1st, new month. I'm thinking that there's some pretty some decent reads here. So let me get today's notes up. There's one game, I shouldn't even say it because it seems like I cursed myself when I said it, but there's one game that it's like, how could this game not go the way that I envisioned it to go? But today's date numerology is 47, which is the 15th prime, 20, and the lesser method's 27. The lesser method's always more important at the beginning of the month. It's the 182nd day of the year, leaving 183 days remaining. It's a Monday, too. Monday has that Gematria 27, like the date numerology. MLB 27, baseball 27. So anyhow, the Royals at the Blue Jays. Sparkman for the Royals, I should say. If he did lose today, he would be 2-7, which isn't out of the question. The Blue Jays are on 207 wins versus the Royals. The Blue Jays are 2-1 versus the Royals in 2019. They became 2-1 on the 21 day. Hold on, I gotta check something real quick. One second. Yeah, so they became 2-1 on the 21 date. Okay. So the Blue Jays do play the Red Sox next. and Boston equals 32, and Red Sox equals 53. So if they win, they'll be 32 and 53, having a record that's a lot like their next opponent. Kansas City also has 27 wins versus the American League. So if they didn't win today, they'd stay on those 27. So I think that narrative is more favorable for the Blue Jays. And again, I just want to make sure I have all this stuff up here too. Go over it a second time. Okay. I need the advanced standings. All right, so Kansas City versus the AL East is 6 and 14. They have 27 wins versus the American League. They have 52 losses. And the Blue Jays are at 29 wins versus the AL, 10 and 15 versus the AL Central, and 42 losses at the moment. And this is the last game of this series. The Royals play the Indians tomorrow. And that game's back at home. And the Blue Jays, are at home versus the Red Sox. That's right. I guess the one thing I was ignoring that is right there too, Blue Jays could pick up 27th home loss on 27 date. Let me see. Caller?
Hey, Zach, what's up? How are you, man?
What's up? I'm all right.
Good. I'm sorry I'm a little delayed, but just wanted to say thank you again for the golf decode. I did have 17 top 10. I did have Duffler top 10. I did have Spawn top 10, and I took Lashley when he was still 4-1. I think on the beginning of day 3. So I did rather well. I appreciate it, man.
Nice, man. It's too bad that Spawn guy dropped off right at the end. I thought he was going to hit the top 10.
Yeah, me too. I was hoping for him because he was, like you said, he was. I think he was like 25 to 1 top 10. And so put 100 on him. I put 100 on everybody, but I still made out very well. So appreciate it, man.
Well, you're very welcome. I'm glad the golf's coming through. It's carried the month, so good work.
Are you gonna do the 3M on Wednesday? Or are you gonna take a break?
Am I gonna do what?
The 3M that's coming up this weekend.
Oh, I'm gonna do golf every week. There's no breaks.
Excellent. All right, I look forward to it.
All right, yeah, appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, if I was going to take a break on anything, I'd take a break on baseball. But I'm not going to take a break on baseball because the fact that I'm not doing well just makes me want to figure out, how to solve this problem. But I'm definitely not going to skip golf. It's been great. So, okay. Yeah, it's too bad that he had Spawn, man. I thought Spawn wasn't going to finish top 10. He was right there the whole tournament until the very end. Okay, but all right. So this Royals Blue Jays game, it's a little bit conflicted because of that 27. There's one game I like a lot today, though. All right, the Cubs and the Pirates. Let's see here. It's 67 days after Trevor Williams' birthday. That's the 19th prime. His team's on 19 losses. And the Pirates so far this year, they're 1-2 versus the Cubs. First game at home for the Pirates versus the Cubs. What's going against the Pirates today is they can pick up that 20th home loss on the 20-date numerology. And I'm just going to assume it's a new month. We're out of Gemini. We're out of the crazy time. I'm going to assume that the date numerology is what's going to play the majority. So going with the odds, I'm taking the Pirates to lose here. There's not really any riddles going against the Cubs in terms of the date numerology. And let me just double check here with the more advanced stats. Okay. The Pirates are on 29 wins versus the National League, 39 losses. God, this is annoying. Really? The Cubs, 38 wins versus the NL, 33 losses. So their next loss will be 34. Pirates is 34. I'll make a note about that. It doesn't have to come today, but something to be mindful of. Cubs on 33 losses versus NL. Pirates equals 34. Maybe they just lose one in the series. Which would make sense because if the Cubs won these first two, it would follow the date numerology, and oftentimes the pattern will break in the last game. So you got an alignment with Trevor Williams that makes sense for him not to lose, which is possible. His team could still lose. He could get the no decision. But the more consistent thing is picking up that 20th home win on the, or 20th home loss on the 20 date for the Pirates. The Orioles in the Rays game, potential upset here. The Rays could pick up their 20th home loss on the 20 date. The line is in that territory where upsets do happen. So it's near that danger territory where they don't, but we have seen plenty of upsets in this range. The Orioles seem to be playing a little bit better right now. They've won 2 out of their last 3 games. And the Orioles have actually played halfway decent versus the Rays this year. The Rays only lead the Orioles by 1 game, 3-2. That said, if they did win, they'd be 4-2. Orioles is 42. We've seen that number play for them this year. The Orioles are making a debut of this new guy, Thomas Darwin Eshelman. And the thing about, if you've been paying attention, a lot of these guys making their debuts have won. Teams are winning a lot when pitchers are making their debut. And let me just run this guy's Gematria real quick. Thomas Darwin Eshelman. Eshelman. Is that how we spell it? Thomas Darwin Eshelman. Okay. Nothing really screaming out about that to me. All right. But the date numerology is there for an upset. So it's not like I'd bet the house on the Orioles, but I'd be inclined to take a risk on them because they'd be a nice payout, and the numbers are there. The Brewers and the Reds game. So the pitcher Hauser, it's 149 days after his birthday, which is the 35th prime, but I didn't see any 35s on the board. The Reds pitcher Molly, his next career loss is his 20th. He could theoretically get that today on a 20-date numerology. Excuse me. Ooh. The Reds are 3-6 versus the Brewers this year. That's tricky because Milwaukee's 37. Reds is 46. If you use the rule with K, Milwaukee's also 46. I should actually add that to the note. K is the 11th letter, so if you use the master numerology, K is 11, it's 46. The Reds are on 20 losses right now against the NL Central, so if they did not lose today, they'd stay on those 20. What's up, Izzy?
Hey, what's up, Seth? Hey, it's a special day for a particular baseball player today.
Who's that?
It's Bobby Bonilla Day.
Bobby Bonilla. There's a name I haven't heard for a minute. Pirates.
It's a famous player from the New York Mets. a contract was structured. You can look
Did he start his career with the Mets? I remember him on the Pirates.
Yes. His contract was specially structured, and every July 1st, he receives a paycheck.
Huh.
So if you Google the name Bob Bonilla, and then you go on the news, you'll see a whole bunch of articles about this.
Okay.
And there's more. Like it's just like I'm surprised. Like exactly what you say, how everything is intertwined with the sports and the mainstream media. So Bobby Bonilla, his contract was structured, and it was at a time when the Mets was associated with the infamous Ponzi schemer Bernie Madoff.
Huh. So
it's like you said, you can't make this up. So if there's an ESPN article that talked about that, about the association. So it's just weird, how it is. I mean, in the year 2000, the Mets agreed to buy out the remaining $5.9 million on Bonilla's contract. So yeah. However, instead of paying Bonilla the $5.9 million at the time, the Mets agreed to make an annual payment of nearly $1.2 million for 25 years, starting July 1st, 2011, including a regulated 8% interest. At that time, the Mets ownership was involved with a Bernie Madoff account that promised double-digit returns over the course of the deal, and the Mets were poised to make a significant profit if the Madoff account delivered. It did not.
That's funny, man. I actually never knew about this before. Bobby Bonilla Day. The ESPN article says he gets, and Breitbart says he gets 1.19 million. Infamous number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see Bobby Bonilla equals 111 like New York too.
And his number, his jersey, I don't know if there's any number 25. Is there any significance to that?
Not off the top of my head. I'm sure there's something there though if you look. Yeah, interesting.
That's one thing. I got some other things. The big NBA news. Behrendt, Kyrie Irving going to the Nets. So my take from that, I think it's just the shift of power, the balance of power. Most dominant teams right now are on the Western division. Now they're trying to shift it, try to make it even balance. That's my take on that.
Sure. My theory, I had a theory what was it, 3 years ago? I had when LeBron's contract was going to end in Cleveland, I said he was going to go to a major city, New York or Los Angeles. And I was leaning towards New York. I thought he'd stay in the East. But anyway, yeah, I saw at some point basketball has to return to New York. So I've been anticipating this, and it doesn't look like it's going to be the Knicks. It looks like it's going to be Brooklyn, but I guess that's not too surprising. So
yeah, well, it's like my person Bridge.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I mean, but the thing is, you got it. New York, going to New York. Brooklyn is New York.
Yeah.
I mean, New York City. Brooklyn is New York City.
Yeah, it is. No, absolutely. But it's not the Knicks. I mean, they're not the team that plays in Madison Square Garden. But
true. Mm-hmm. But you can't get any closer. I mean, I like that. So, I mean,
right. So I mean, they were due. New York's been a bad basketball scene for a long time. So.
Not only that. Oh my, you know that the ownership. I mean, it's very that the leader, the way that the owner, the way he behaves, the way, oh my God, I don't know many players want to go play for the Knicks.
Well,
they got to work on the PR because a lot of things come out of that ownership.
Sure, it's just like they can't do anything right. Even Phil Jackson can't win there. So.
Mm-hmm. And one other thing also that you gotta consider, that you got a lot of eyeballs on you right now. You're getting very popular. People, the sports betting scene, it's hot right now. I just saw an article that for the last month, I think, or I don't know, one of these last months, New Jersey actually surpassed, and the total income on bets surpassed Vegas.
Say that again.
One of these last months, New Jersey surpassed the total number of bets versus Vegas for the first time. So this betting thing is going, it's getting big, and you do this sports thing, and it's getting so. By me saying that, it's like you're getting a lot of eyeballs. So people are, you don't know who's on these live streams. So and then they just say, oh, look at it, he picked this. Let's try to make this other outcome. So just to make you look bad. You got to consider that something, because just a script.
Well, I've been looking bad a lot lately. I have been looking bad a lot lately, and I'm not used to looking bad, but I'm determined to figure out what's wrong.
You're getting popular out there. You're getting yourself known, and all these subscribers signing up to you. So it wouldn't surprise me. What do you think? And the sports betting. So, but that's all I got.
All right.
That's all my rant now.
Appreciate the observations, Izzy. Didn't know that about Bobby Bonilla. Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right, that's it. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Okay. So, Bobby Bonilla Day. Who knew? Always the same numbers. All right, so this Brewers and Reds game. This one's a little bit dicey. Again, the thing that could go against the Reds is the pitcher. He could get his 20th career loss on the 20-day, but the Reds could also stay on 20 NL Central losses. I've noticed that the division record, since we started paying attention to it, seems to be secondary to the immediate season record, which is typical. I'd say it's the same thing in football and basketball too, but it's nice when you can get everything to align across the board. Typically, those come through. The Reds and the Brewers, let me count again, 36. They're at 42 wins versus the NL. This is going to drive me nuts. They're at 32 losses versus the NL. The Reds are at 32 wins versus the NL and 36 losses. So the Reds' next loss versus the NL is 37. Okay, that's an important note. Reds have 36 losses versus NL. Milwaukee's 37. Okay. Wonder if they could lose just one in the series. The Reds are 0-3 at home against the Brewers this year. Okay. Suarez and Mike Minor, Angels and Rangers. This game has a good alignment here that I see. So the Angels can stay on 20 wins on the 20-day. That's not the strong point, but the Rangers can pick up the 47th win on the 47-day. And if the Rangers do win, they'll be 20-20 versus the NL West on this 20-date numerology. And, I like that the division record makes sense and the immediate season record. That's quite an alignment. So I do like that game. I do like that one right there. And that would set up the Angels tomorrow to potentially pick up their 21st win on the 21 date. So be a little bit trickier tomorrow because the Rangers would have a shot at the 48th win on the 48 date as well. But the Rangers do look good today, if you ask me. just to play devil's advocate, the only thing I could see going wrong is Los Angeles Angels equals 85. If Minor lost, he'd be 8-5, but I'm not going to think about that too much. The date numerology is right there on both sides and in the division record. And then with this Giants and Padres game, Samardzija has a chance at his 27th win on the 27 date. And I believe Padres is 27 as well. Double check that. Yeah, Padres is 27. Padres is 99 too. He could stay on 99 career losses. Okay. So Samardzija's record would make sense if he got it done. Oh, and you know what else? San Diego equals 74. His record would be 74 and 99. San Diego Padres if he won. And you know what else? San Diego's 38. He could stay on 38 losses with San Francisco too. Okay. It's 76 days after Bochy's birthday. San Francisco's 76. And the Padres lead the Giants so far this year. They're 5-4 versus the Giants, 3-1 at home. If the Giants won today, they would stay on 47 losses on a 47 day. San Diego's also 47. Well, hold on. The one thing I could say for the Padres is that if they won today, they'd stay on 21 home losses going into the 21 day tomorrow. Doesn't necessarily have to happen. Sometimes it does. And let's see. Padres are 16 and 17 versus the NL West. They have 35 wins and they have 38 losses. Giants is 38. They're on 38 losses. And the Giants have 30 wins and 37 losses. Something again. Padres schedule. Padres play at Dodgers next. Dodgers is 45. Giants got the Cardinals next. Let me see something. If the Giants got swept, they'd stay on 36 and they'd face the Cardinals. Cardinals is 36 and the Padres would get to 45. Dodgers is 45. But doesn't have to be that way. Yeah, a lot lines up for the Giants pitcher in this game. Looking down the road's a little bit concerning. Caller?
I know I've been missing in action lately.
What's up, man?
Hey, I don't know if you noticed that guy that won the golf tournament was the last guy that was entered into the field after withdrawal.
That's what I heard.
The last guy in.
That's what I heard, yeah.
And I got some more information for you on that. But there's another thing I want you to see if you could find. I didn't get a chance. I got so freaking busy. When he was in college, his parents and his girlfriend came to visit him. And when they left, they had a plane crash, and all three died.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
And I was like very concerned about that. I'm like, oh my God, what's that all about? You know, that was a big story.
They said he quit golf for a minute and went to flipping homes.
Which is kind of weird. And then I don't know if you ever knew this, but did you ever see the video with Gary Woodland story from the U.S. Open?
No.
The handicapped girl, I don't know if she handicapped, she had she got some disease or something. I forget what she has. She was born with, but she was a big story back in February when he was playing at the Waste Management Open. And the video went viral about her and their relationship together. And then he comes out and wins. There's some connection with that. So you'll have to see that video. It's worth it. It was I think she's autistic but after this whole thing, she was offered a scholarship to play golf. But she's very I mean, she's I don't know what she's got but it's only be coming off because of this whole video and how great of a guy Gary Woodland is and everything. And the video literally had like 35-40 million views.
Okay, interesting.
So there was something with Gary Woodland that had been tied back to that. We saw the video before. Once I saw the video because golf tournaments are good lately. I actually won a few dollars in the last few golf tournaments. But there's this. Back to our boy in New York, this sacred feminine thing. This girl getting a scholarship in golf, and she's extremely challenged, is part of the whole thing. Destroying the I don't know, it's just crazy stuff. But the golf's been pretty good. I kind of bet on all the Camerons this week. There was 3 in the field.
Why did you do that?
Well, the numbers look good on them.
Okay. You must have taken Sabatini.
What's that?
You must have taken Sabatini, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there was 3 Camerons, and I joked with somebody. I said, I'm just going to bet on all 3 of them. Now, 2 of them had good riddles.
Cameron Champ was one of them.
And then Cameron Smith, and there was Cameron Tringali, and Tringali was up there, too, for a while.
Okay. Interesting.
So I thought it was interesting that 2 Cams had good alignment, so I kind of bet on all 3 of them.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
But I figured I got some stuff. The reason I'm calling you, I know we're going to talk about the British Open in a couple of weeks. It's now July. The Golf Pass through NBC just made an announcement that you could buy a special sand wedge that has Rory's name all over it. A 61-degree wedge. Which is, 61 when he was 16 years old to commemorate his rounds.
Right.
And he said in the email says that hopefully I can go there and break the course record. And guess how much the wedge is? 249. And if you put 249 into the Gematria, 61 in the second cipher.
You mean that's the price, $249?
Yeah.
It's pretty expensive. That's expensive for a sandwich.
I saw the email with it. It's, I'm trying to and the funny thing is, Rory was really kind of a nobody. There was like 100 people there that day when he shot 61, watching him.
100 people?
Yeah, and some random day in July, July 12th.
Probably from the local lodge. Probably a bunch of lodge members.
What's that?
Probably a bunch of lodge members.
Yeah, but and I'll go back to this, and I'll bring it up to everybody. The tournament ends on 7/21. His round was July 12th, and the movie 51st State came out on December 7th. All 7/21 or 1/27, whatever number they are.
Interesting.
So you know how much I like Rory in this thing, but Rory's definitely in the obviously it's a big story coming up, but they're already talking about it. They're giving us 61-degree wedge you can buy through the golf pass.
Yeah, that's wild.
249.
Yeah.
Can't make it up.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, great information, great observations, and yeah, golf's actually. I mean, golf's been really good since we started doing it. We've been able to identify guys finishing at the top from the start of each tournament. So
I'm kind of pissed because I had this premonition. You know how you get these things? I go, somebody. I swear to God, I'll put my hand on a Bible and whether I believe it or not. I go, somebody's going to get entered in the tournament late and win the event. I said that to myself a few weeks ago. Because if you recall, going back to the 91 PGA champion, John Daly was the last guy entered into the field. He was the 9th alternate at the PGA championship. And he won the tournament.
Why was John Daly so low on the chart?
Well, he was a nobody then.
In the early 90s?
Yeah, 91 PGA championship, yeah.
Okay, it must have been just after that he became more of a household name then. It seemed like
no. Once he won, remember now, he was the 9th alternate at the PGA championship, and then got into the field and won the tournament.
And then that's when he became a name. Okay, because I just remember around that time he was a big name in golf. So.
Well, then in the next few years he won. You know, he was a big name. I mean, obviously, but I kept thinking to myself, somebody's going to get into this field at the end and win. I swear to God, I thought about it like a couple weeks ago, and then I see this guy win, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. He wasn't even on the board.
Yeah, but day one we identified he had all the numbers we were looking at. So. Did you take him after day one?
I took him after day 2.
Okay.
That's the only reason I want money, but I was just like, look at this guy now. But you have to start sprinkling a couple guys in there when they start popping on the board because, you know, their numbers look good. And if they look good, you're, you know, what else can you do? I mean, it's nice to say if you could pick up from the beginning, but.
Yeah, I don't think anybody had him from the beginning, so.
Well, it was just, you know, I'm telling you right now, so we have, and you know, I see this heat front coming through, and I'll go back to this whole, it's going to be hot at the British Open, you can bet on it.
Right.
Because that fits into the duel in the sun. And it's going to be, my top 3, and I'll just let it up for everybody else, is Rory, Tiger, and Xander Schauffele.
Okay.
There's your 3 guys. Early 3 guys in the top 10.
Wait, I thought you just said 2 names. What were the 3 names?
Tiger, Rory, and Xander
Schauffele. Oh,
Schauffele.
there we go. You said Tiger so quick I missed it. All right.
So I got Rory, Tiger, and Schauffele at the top 3.
Okay.
So we'll talk about it down the road, man. Keep it up, man. It's a tough month in the baseball, but, you know, whatever it is, what it is, right?
Baseball was a ball breaker, that's for sure. Yeah. All right, man.
Talk to you.
All right, appreciate it. Okie dokie. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. Yeah, a lot of people ditched in June. I mean, I can't blame them, but it's like they're short-sighted. I mean, it's been a good year, one bad month and a good year, and it didn't have to be a bad month. I mean, if you took golf, you were probably still up for the month. So, what are you gonna do? All right. What I wanted to do, since we have so few games, I'm not crazy about the manager records, but I do just want to. What happened here? Angels. I just want to see what the manager's win-losses are right now for a final clue. $356 and $375. Okay. So nothing screaming out about that. And then was Woodward the manager of the Rangers? 40s, yeah, he can get that 47th today. Ned Yost. Okay. Too many games. His name Montoyo. $31 and $53. Okay. Joe Madden, he's gonna have 1 million games. 433, isn't that the 84th prime? Hurdle. I'm just scanning over the manager records real quick to see if anything jumps out about their records and the current opponent or today's game. 1297 is the 211th prime, and 211 is the 47th prime. Clint Hurdle can get his 1297th career loss today. And I was already leaning on the Pirates losing, so. Okay. Hurdle can get, what number was that? Some huge number. 1297? Okay. Caller?
Yeah, what's up, Jack? So I'm just wondering, so there's not a lot of games today. I think there's only 6 games today. So who are you liking today? I didn't get the chance to look at the first part of the game.
You know what you got to do, man? You got to start tuning in when the show starts. Because I realize what you do every day. I do the show, and I go through it, and then you call in when you're watching, and you're like, hey, man, can you give me the picks today? But, yeah, it is a short day. I like the Pirates to lose. And I honestly don't even like saying out this specifically because I feel like they're fucking with me. But the Rangers look good to win. Those are my 2 favorite games today out of the games that are on the board. So.
Yeah, I was looking at it too. I was looking at the Brewers. I'm thinking the Brewers had a good chance today.
Let's see. So this game, here's what I saw in that Brewers game. If the Reds pitcher loses, he'd get his 20th career loss on the 20-day numerology. So that's 1 strike against the Reds. The Reds are on 20 losses in the NL Central. So if they didn't lose today, they'd stay on that 20 on the 20-day. And the Reds have 36 losses versus the National League right now. Their next loss is 37. Milwaukee's 37. So what was it that you liked about this game?
Well, with the Brewers, I've seen that there was a in-state other division record. So the Brewers, let me check it out. Let's see the game. I believe the Brewers are at so this is a divisional game. I believe the Brewers could have picked up their 19th. I want to say their 19th division win. I want to say that.
Hold on, I'll put it up there.
Has a numerology of 8.
They're 22-13 in their division right now.
22-13.
The Reds are 15-20.
There was something that well, who's 18? Are the Brewers at 18 away losses or away wins or home wins?
They have 18 away wins, so their next is 19, and Reds is 19.
Yeah, there you go. They're 18 away wins, and today has a numerology of 8, which is the 19 is the 8th run. So.
Oh, I see what you're saying. 7 + 1, 8. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so that's what I was looking at. Yeah, that 19. That's what I was looking at.
Okay.
Been picking up the team today.
Okay. The game, if I was going to take a risk on a game today, I'd take a risk on the Orioles upsetting the Rays because it's a good payout. The Rays can get their 20th home loss on the 20-day. But
yeah, I was liking that too. That 20-day. I'm thinking those 27s can play big today because Monday does equal 27.
Right.
And today is a 7-day numerology.
All right.
And also with something 27 is It is the first of the month. If you write the word first, it's something 27 too. So I thought that was interesting.
Okay.
Oh, and then I also write at the word July 1st, and that comes to 103, and 103 is the 27th prime.
Okay.
So I think that's too.
So you're probably thinking the Blue Jays are going to get their 27th home loss then.
Yeah, today, I was favoring the Royals today.
Royals does equal 27. The only thing I worry about with that is the Blue Jays play the Boston Red Sox next, and Boston Red Sox is 53 and Boston's 32. So if they win, they go into that Red Sox series with the perfect record.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. Or they can just pick up where right now the Blue Jays are at. So yeah, if the Royals do win, the Blue Jays will be at 31 and 53, I believe. So they're 31 and 52, so it'll be 31 and 53. And maybe they could pick up that 32nd against Boston.
They'd be 31 and 54 if they lost. They could get the 32nd win against Boston, but
right. So they could potentially pick up that 32 against Boston, or they can come into Boston with that 53-32 record. So that makes sense, like you said.
Yeah. It makes me not like that game because of those two contradicting things.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm talking about too. There's certain games that the Raiders are too tough, and it's just sometimes you just got to stay away from them.
Right.
I do like the Cubs, and I do like the Rangers too. I like the Rangers picking up that 47 on the 47th day.
Yeah. The other thing is if the Angels lose, they'll be 20 and 20 in the AL West on the 20-date numerology.
Okay, I didn't notice that. That's big.
Yeah.
20 and 20. Those double numbers play all the time. So.
Oh, wait. No, hold on. I want to make sure I said it right. I think it's the Rangers with the win become 20 and 20 versus the AL West. Yeah, the Rangers with the win will be 20 and 20 versus the AL West. If they win, that happens. Yeah.
Okay, if the Rangers win, so that's big. I'm going to circle that. I'm going to circle Rangers, and I like the Cubs. And there's only one more here, and that's just the Padres. I was favoring I was liking the Padres in that one, I believe. More so.
That one's tough because if you look at Samardzija for the Giants, if he wins, he'll be 74 and 99 for his career. And San Diego equals 74 and Padres equals 99. So his record would be just like the opponent. He could also get his 27th win with San Francisco. He could stay at 38 losses with San Francisco. San Diego's 38. Padres is also 27. So his record would be real symbolic with the San Diego Padres, his career record, and his record with the Giants. And it's 76 days after Bochy's birthday. San Francisco's 76. The Giants could stay on 47 losses on the 47 date. But the one thing that I saw for the Padres is if they didn't lose, they'd go into tomorrow, the 21-date numerology, still on 21 home losses. And the Giants have 20 wins versus the NL West. So if they didn't win today, they'd stay on 20 versus the NL West on the 20-date. But there's just a lot for the Giants pitcher that would make sense. And actually what I should do is I should look more at his splits with San Diego to see if there's another riddle there. It's just amazing how his alignment would be with
the pitcher. Yeah, well, another thing interesting about the pitcher, his name comes to 57, and if he wins, he becomes 5 and 7 today.
What'd you say about 57? His name equals 57?
Yep, Jeff Samardzija, or whatever. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Yeah, his name equals 57.
All right, let me try it out. Yeah, you're right.
And
okay.
And if he did win today, he'll become 5 and 7. So that's an interesting alignment for him.
Okay, let me see here. I'm going to see what his career stats are against the Padres. He's 8-3 versus the Padres for his career. So he's done well against them. That's through 16 starts. So it'll be his 17th start today.
17th? Okay, yeah. Today's date, 1/7. So that's interesting.
Petco. I'm seeing what his record is at Petco Park. He's 4-2 at Petco. If he lost, he'd be 4-3. San Diego's 43. But historically, he's pitched well against the Padres. So, yeah, it's just his record is just it's just so perfect. If he beats the Padres, it's just I don't know how they don't do it. But even though saying that, I'm not crazy about that game because there's no date numerology read to go off of with the records. So
yeah, well, I don't know, man. You did pretty good with Giants, Riddle. You've been pretty good with the Giants. Whenever you have feeling about the Giants, they do come through a lot. I noticed that.
yeah. So anyway, I'm going to stay away from that game today. I won't be surprised if the Giants win and Samardzija gets the win because the stats will be so perfect. But the only thing I see for the Padres, you said you like the what? Wait, why did you like the Padres though? Why did you like them?
Well, let me see. Let me pull up my computer real quick.
Their pitcher who they got going has been dominant.
Well, actually, I'm kind of agreeing with you on that one. What's it called? The Giants might have had a little bit more actually. Now that I think about it, something. What the hell did I find papers again? There actually was alignment for both teams. Well, this is a division game, so I'm assuming that has something to do with the division record. What's the division record between those two teams? Hold
on, let me put it back up.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll give you all the division stats here. The Giants are 20-24 in the NL West, so if they lost today, they'd stay on those 20 wins on the 20 date. But I haven't seen a lot of consistency with that, so I don't put a lot of weight on that. The Padres are 16-17. Now they could become 17-17 on 1/7.
There you go. That's what I was looking at. They become 17-17 in the division today on the date 1/7.
Yeah, that does make some sense. The other thing I noticed about the Padres is if they swept the series, they'd stay on 38 losses versus the National League, and Giants is 38. So there's a chance they could sweep them. But yeah, the observation about 17-17 is a good one.
Yeah, that's what I've seen, and that's what makes it a little bit concerning. But there's, like you said, there's some things for the Giants that you're right, that's to stay away from, much for both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like it's pretty legit for today. It's not a lot to go off of, but there are a couple good riddles for a couple good teams. I think the Rangers have the best riddle, though. I think, honestly.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree.
Yeah, and the Orioles have a little bit of a shot, but the Orioles are like, I don't know.
It's one of those monster lines. So I'd be tempted to take the two games that I like today and make a parlay with those games, and then make an extra parlay, just like a $5 bet on those three teams. With the Orioles as a big multiplier, so I'd only bet like $5 on it.
Okay, so it should. Oh, so the parlay should be Rangers and Cubs, right? Rangers and 2 Cubs. Rangers and Cubs are the 2 good ones.
That's what I would personally do.
The Rays and the Orioles.
That's what I would do.
Awesome, bro. Sounds good. I appreciate that, man.
All right. Good luck, man.
All right, man. Take care.
Don't thank me too early. Not like we got to see. It's a new month. June's behind us, but man, June was not good for baseball. Okay. Yeah, it is a good observation that the Padres could become 17-17 on this date. That is written 1/7. Okay, I'm going to make that note too here that Padres have 38 losses versus NL. Giants equals 38. There's a chance they could sweep it. Hold on, let me make sure I wasn't sleeping on any other 17s here in the Royals and Blue Jays is delayed. Whoops. What am I doing? Caller?
Hey, Zach.
What's up, man?
A few people were talking about Wilmington tennis.
Right.
I don't know if you want to take a look at it, take a quick look at that. But I just thought if people were talking about that in the chat.
I should have done that. I forgot it. I forgot to do Wimbledon before it came up on me. All right. Yeah, we can look at Wimbledon today. Yeah, we will. All right. Thanks, Izzy.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, that was on my list of things to do before I got sick. Ugh, I kind of lost like. It's amazing I even got up and did the live streams, man. I thought I'd be all the way better today, but this morning I still feel feverish. I'm having like hot cold, but I'll be back soon enough. Okay, hold on. I want to see these 17s. So Toronto versus the Central. No 17 there. No 17 there. At the beginning of the month, it is good to look at the days like that. The day month, we've seen those riddles play plenty. So the Pirates can also stay on those 17 wins on 1-7 as well. Let's not miss me in the head-to-head record, am I? Toronto Blue Jays is 59, the 17th prime. But there's no 17s there. All right, Pirates and Cubs. The Pirates can get their 17th loss. So the Pirates just got all sorts of things stacking against them. All right. The Orioles and the Rays. The Orioles and the Rays. So I don't see any 17. Tampa Bay does equal 47 playing on this 47 day. Okay. Don't see it. Brewers and the Reds. No 17. Okay, the Angels and the Rangers. Yeah, Rangers just look good. Giants and Padres. Okay, we already know what's up with that. Okay, so just baseball again before we look at Wimbledon here. The Royals and Blue Jays is a little bit dicey. We do have a 27-date numerology. Blue Jays could get their 27th loss. Royals equals 27. That would make perfect sense. But they play the Boston Red Sox next, and Boston's 32, and Boston Red Sox is 53. If they win, they're going to go into that series with a record that makes a whole lot of sense. So not crazy about that. I do like the Cubs to beat the Pirates. Pirates get their 20th home loss on the 20 date, stay at 17 wins on 1/7. Cubs would also get their 17th away win. Let me just add that part about 17 in the notes. Okay, the Orioles and the Rays. I think this is the value pick of the day. It's definitely a risk, but it'd be a great payout if the Orioles hit. The Orioles can deliver the Rays their 20th loss on the 20-date numerology. And again, this Brewers-Reds game, not a lot to go off of. The Reds pitcher, if he lost, he would get his 20th career loss on the 20-date, but yeah, I like to have more than a pitcher record to go off of. The Angels and Rangers game, Rangers can get their 47th win on the 47 date and become 20-20 versus the AL West on the 20 date. Keep the Angels at 20 wins. And the last game, this Giants and Padres game, The Giants pitcher, Jeff Samardzija, if he wins, he's going to have the most perfect record all time and with the Giants against the Padres. I mean, that's undeniable. It is 76 days after Bochy's birthday. San Francisco's 76, but yeah, I'm just not going to mess with that game. There's too many things there that could go sideways on that. So to not be greedy, I'd take the Rangers, the Cubs. I'd probably do straight bets on those. I'd probably do a parlay with the Rangers and Cubs. And then I'd probably make a smaller parlay that could multiply a lot with the Rangers, the Cubs, and the Orioles. And just like in terms of, just whatever you wager. But like if I'd do it just to show you the mathematical way I'd line up my bets. If I did a $10 bet on the Cubs, I might do a $15 bet on the Rangers just because I like that riddle even more. Like if there's one bet that I'm going to put the most on, it's the team I like the most. But and then I'd probably do a parlay for both of those teams for $10, and then I'd probably do a third parlay for $5 with the Orioles tacked on there. So the Orioles, Cubs, and Rangers all winning, because if that bet hit, it'd probably pay about $50. So, and then what have you bet? You bet $25, $35, $40. Chance to hit on all of them. So chance to turn $40 into, I don't know, 150. That's the mistake I've been making too. Is I'm trying to go through all of these games because they're every day. It's just like I hear from so many different people. There's so many people like I need more information on more picks. It's like each day I should just like if there's just like one game that looks good, even if there's 15 games on the board, I should just do one game. But yeah, because the close calls, man, they go sideways a lot. So again, I don't have luck. I got to be on point. Otherwise, my luck is not going to be there to help me. So. Okay, Wimbledon. Let's see. Wimbledon. So we already got a stunner. All right. Well, here let's just look at this and just see if we get a clue from this first thing. Maybe we'll just look at the distance and birthdays here and see if there's some big number with the tournament. Let me close some of these threads here. October 16th. That's the day the NBA season began. There's a total solar eclipse going on right now. Didn't even realize that. October 16th to 258 days after her birthday. So it's a span of 37 weeks. Let me get my Wimbledon Gematria out here. Wimbledon. That looks right. Okay. Wimbledon's starting on a 47-date numerology this year. So she's out. I don't see anything interesting about that alignment. What about her upcoming birthday? 107 days, the 28th prime. Naomi Osaka. Do another one of these. Osaka's 47 too. So isn't that interesting? She's got the 47 connection like Wimbledon, and she goes down on the 47-date numerology. And that's the other thing that's tough about this study is like sometimes people will play lights out when their numbers align, and sometimes it'll be a big upset like this. So she went down on her number. Okay. Old 47. Putin Seva. Sounds Russian. Seva. Whoops. I got an extra E in there. January 7th. Her birthday's the reflection of today. 175 days, 25 weeks. Yulia. 147. Okay. Yulia. Okay. The first top player to lose at Wimbledon. Okay. Amazed. What are they emphasizing there? Amazed. To see Yulia's 23. Yulia's 23, like amazed. Okay. And 31. So the tournament's going to end 14/7, and we just saw that that girl who won, her last name equals 147. Wait, maybe that's not true for the women's though. Let me see. Oh, it is true. Okay. So yeah, it does end 14/7. That's the first shocking headline. So we got this 47-147 thing going. Goodness. All right. So there's a ton of people in the tournament. All right, so here let's make a thread for it. I should have done this already. Let's do it in real time. This is how I would build it, just the same way I build the golf tournament or anything else. Let me see if I can figure out what year of Wimbledon this is. It's good to know what tournament count it is because that could be a big number. It's the 133rd edition. Okay, so we want to know that. That's important. Who's got the 133 connection? Like if there's somebody where the final game would be 133 days after their birthday or something like that, or maybe their name or their last name's 133. Those are things I'd be looking out for here. Okay. So July 1st, 2019. So do our date numerology. Okay. All right. And then our last date. What's this? 20. Yeah, that's right. All right. Let's see here. Whoop. I'm gonna put this story up here because this could be a big clue for what's ahead. So Okay. One of the top headlines from day one is Osaka going down to Poot in Seva. Okay. Oh, what else I got to do is get my Wimbledon gematria up here. And then Osaka. Putin. Seva. Oh, Putin Seva 62, like the final date numerology 60. All right. She's got my eyes open, this girl. She could be going places. She could be going places. All right. Okie dokie. So there's that. Here, let's learn more about this Putin Seva girl. What's her story? Her world high is number 27. I think tennis equals 27. Yeah. And this tournament is beginning on a 27 date as well. Whoops. All right, so interesting start date for Wimbledon here. Tournament ends on a 33 date. It's always important. Okay. Wimbledon's 146 like United Kingdom. Okay. Putin Seva's career high rank is number 27, and this upset came on a 27 date numerology. Okay. All right, let's look at the odds for the favorites and see how some of these favorites line up here. 2019 Wimbledon odds min. All right, Djokovic, who seems to, him and Federer win everything, right? So it's no surprise they're up at the top. He doesn't have any connection to the date numerology. '89. Well, 89 is the 24th prime. So there's that. So he does have a connection to the date. May 22nd. Let's see how things line up with his birthday this year. Well, the tournament starts 40 days after his birthday, which means what? It ends 53 days after? And his name's 53. Huh. Well, that looks pretty promising. How old is he right now? Well, I mean, it's just no surprise. It seems like it's him and Federer every time, but here, let's see how Federer lines up. Or how many times, here, I should also see, he's won 74. Oh, 15 Grand Slam singles titles. So tell me, this wouldn't be his 16th, would it? He's not going for his 16th, is he? Because if he is, this thing's in the bag. 53 is the 16th prime. That's why I'm saying this. Just like how we had 16 points in Super Bowl 53. Djokovic, who entered last year's Wimbledon, ranked 21st. Make sure this is current. I'm sure it's current. Right, 21st, enjoying 258th week at the top of the ATP rankings, 10 weeks behind Jimmy Connor's 268 weeks, the fourth most since 73. He's going for his 5th Wimbledon title and 16th Grand Slam singles title. Just all I need to know. That sounds like it's current. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. This is not happening. There's just no way this isn't happening. Look how perfect it is. 53 days after his birthday, the 16th prime. This is not happening. Okay. So yeah, I mean, how's that not going to happen? Seriously? Oh, and he's trying to beat this record since 73 as well, so he could end up passing Jimmy Connor's record. Yeah, that's just too good. That's just too good right there. Who's he going to face? That's the only question. Who's he going to face? Roger Federer. Let's see. It's 340 days after his birthday. If you find anybody that's 241 days after their birthday, that's the 53rd prime. That would be an intriguing number. 25 days to Federer's birthday. Federer's 43 like Wimbledon. All right, let's just here, I'm going to link this in the post here. I'll link this in the review video when I'm done. Men's odds. right, let's see. Rafael Nadal. June 3rd. Oops, that's not what I want. 41 days after his birthday. If it was just one more day, if it would have been a span of 43 days, that'd be more interesting because Wimbledon's 43. Make sure it's not through the name Gematria. Oh, whoops. Rafael's 43. Okay. Some Greek guy I can't pronounce. 60. He's got that 60. We got 60 date numerology for the last day. 33. He's got some numbers to believe he could be the man to be there this year. 27. The tournament starts on a 27. So let me just make a little note about that. Whoa. Did I check his birthday? I gotta check his birthday. Born back there by Nadal. 29 days. $336 days. So the tournament will end on his 337th day of his age, which is the 68th prime. What is it? Championship? Championship 68. So if you made it, I mean, do you consider that the championship, the final round? If he made it there, it'd be his 337th day of his age, and that's the 68th prime. That's this Greek guy who's got the right name. Okay, who else is here? Huge drop off in the odds. He's got the same birthday as Federer. Okay, he doesn't have any 53 thing going on. Looking for the 53. He's got that 3360 thing. All right, let's see. December 27th. 199 days after his birthday. Now, did I just see, or did I just see 199? Yeah, Djokovic is 199. Well, wouldn't that be just too perfect? That would be very perfect. All right, let's check out another one. That looked really good, though, right there. I got to admit. That one looked good. 85 days. This guy's got a very Masonic name. Okay. Okie dokie. September 3rd. 314 days after his birthday, like pi. But his other stuff's just not as interesting here. All right, let's try this out. 28th. Okay. Okay. Kevin Anderson. May 18th. "57 days after his birthday." Well, we know how that number shows up with championships, but he's 33 years old. God, his picture, he looks like he's 50. The right guy? That Rayonic thing is pretty good, though, with this guy's got the 60 connection. We got the 60 date numerology. Well, one of these favorites here would have the 78 days after his birthday, or his 79th day of his age. Okay. Well, I absolutely like Novak to win. I don't think he's. I don't see how this doesn't happen. I mean, this is just too perfect. So it's just a matter of who does he play, and it could be. I mean, it seems that typically in these tennis tournaments, at the end of the day, it's the top names again and again. Occasionally, there's some Cinderella story, but just looking for at these top names, this Rayonic thing would be perfect because his name, his surname, goes with the date numerology of the last day, and then it's 199 days after his birthday, and Novak Djokovic is 199, and that's really what the event's about. The Stefanos could also be there, but it seems to me that it's more about Novak, so I like the Rayonic alignment better. What's up, man?
Hey, man, you doing the live stream or are you off or what?
I'm doing the live stream right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll call you back.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Here, we can take a peek at the women's here real quick, too. I guess I can read. Let me read a little bit about this right here. Djokovic won the Wimbledon Championship in 2018 to earn his 4th career victory in the event last year. The 15-time Grand Slam tournament winner will try to add a 16th. That was right there in the article. Djokovic is plus 135 favorite to win in London on the 2019 Wimbledon odds at sportsbooks, monitored by OddsShark.com. Before failing to capture the French Open, Djokovic had won each of the last 3 Grand Slam titles in tennis with wins in the 2019 Australian, 2018 US, and 2018 Wimbledon. Okay. So Federer's dominance is a decade behind him at this tournament. He did win, though, in 2017. So he's been winning smaller events this year. They mentioned Nadal's 33 years old. I mean, you can comb through more of these names and see some of these other long shots, but I think there's a real good chance that Djokovic plays Raonic or possibly this Greek dude, but this guy would make too much sense right here. So let me find the women's odds here. All right, I don't want that site. There we go. Why do I not see a list of odds? All right, so they didn't put it in a list. They did it like this. All right. Women's odds. All right, let's take a peek here. All right, here, let me try out this other site. Women's draw. This is easier to read. All right. She's got the 33 connection, this girl, who's the favorite. Tournament ends on the 33 date. Oh, look at that. And her first name's 147, too. Hello. So this girl who's the favorite, her first name is 147 and her last name is 33. And whoops, I just did the wrong thing. So remember, the tournament, it ends on 14/7, like how they write it in the UK. And then it's a date with 33 numerology. And actually something I just thought about is that's the French Bastille Day. That's Independence Day in France. I wonder if any of these, is she French? Where's she from? Australian. Okay, she's not. Okay. Well, let's make these notes here. How do you spell her name again? I've never seen Ashley spelled that way, if that's how she even pronounces it. All right. Party. Okay, so that's interesting how it syncs up for her with the end date. And here we're going to check her birthday. April 24th. April 24th. Tournament starts 69 days after her birthday. Ends 81 days after. Tennis is 81. Tournament ends 81 days after her birthday. How about that? So she's got quite an alignment, no doubt about it, the favorite in women's. She's a pretty good payout, though, plus 500. So no doubting her alignment. And I mean, theoretically, your strategy can be to just better each round up until the championship, too, because, I mean, she's got all the numbers to believe you, reason to believe she'd be there. Angelique Kerber, let's see. 103, the 27th prime. Angelique. Her stuff's just not as interesting. January 18th birthday. 177 days after. Serena Williams. I'm seeing it for Serena this year. I'm pretty sure her birthday is September 26th. Let me see if I'm right about that. Yeah. I knew it was on the 26th because Serena equals 26. 291 days. 74 days to her upcoming birthday. All I can say about that is London 74. How old is she going to be? 38th birthday. I'm just going to make a note about that. Serena's 38th birthday is 74 days after the tournament, and London equals 74. Let's see. Let's see here. Whoops, got the wrong date in there. 115 days after her birthday. Not too interesting. Girl's named 74 like London. Okay. March 8th. $128 days. Okay. Well, we know Osaka's out. Here, let's just, did we look at how her birthday lined up? I just want to look anyway. I guess we did. There probably wasn't anything interesting. The tournament would have ended on her 271st day of her age, which is the 58th prime. Freemasonry's 58. She got eliminated today. Whoops. We saw, though, the girl that beat her, what she had going on. 'This girl's got the Jesuit Order's birthday. Nothing really screaming out about that, but her upcoming birthday. I guess her upcoming birthday being 75 days. Okay. Kiki. $216 days after her birthday. 7 months and 4 days. London 74. Name's 43 like Wimbledon. 74 like London. May 17th. $58 days after her birthday. Right. Sloane Stevens. Tournament starts right for her, 7-1. 33. Ends on the 33 date, Sloane Stevens. March 20th. She's born on the 79th day of the year. How old is she? 26. 116 days after her birthday. I guess something else I could consider is let me check the name of the venue real quick. All England. You know, I should have. I'll add this to the post. There have been a number of people whose names have been 135, and somebody did have a birthday that was 189 days away. England's 33. Okie dokie. Madison Keys. That 135 keeps coming up. So a lot of them have this connection. So I don't think that's going to be the deciding number. It's just I noticed 135 keeps hitting. Okay. Madison Keys. February 17th. Oh, it's 147 days after her birthday. That's interesting. Birthday's February 17th. That's the 48th day of the year. Her name's 135, like the venue too. That should be a nice long shot. This where's this girl at? Did we measure from her birthday? January 7th. That's right. And then she went on 7-1. Oh. So the tournament will end on her 189th day of her age. And the venue's 189. All right. But yeah, I do like this favorite in the women to get to the top because, I mean, her alignment's perfect. She's got the right name and she's got the right birthday from the championship. So it looks like the favorites are the favorites for good reason. They easily have the best alignments. Djokovic doesn't pay a lot, but I'm just thinking, man, how does he not lose with that? His name's 53. It's 53 days after his birthday. It's the 16th prime. He's going for his 16th Grand Slam. It just looks like bingo, bango, bongo. And by the way, when you write out 16, it equals 33, like the date numerology. So, and then Djokovic also syncs up. So the thing that would be nice is to get it with the right opponent. And I think this Greek dude or Raonic are it. I like Raonic's alignment even better just because it's 199 days after his birthday, which goes with Novak's birthday. So, I will keep an eye on the tournament and continue to update this thread just like I do with the golf tournaments as they go on. See if we can key in on some things, if there's some big upsets that happen throughout the day. But I think we know one man that will be in the men's championship and one woman for sure right now. That's the way I feel about that. So, oh, I was sleeping on where I was seeing the 25s earlier. 97 is the 25th prime, 43 the 14th prime. So it's where the 25s could matter. 25 days from the birthday. Okay. But yeah, I'll get up this. Let me check the chat real quick. All right, let me see. Silic has Grand Slam connects. The name? Let me see what you're saying about that. Marion Silic. Maybe if you do it without. I'm not sure what you mean by that. That he has the Grand Slam connects. I guess Grant, his first name's 55, like Grand Slam. I see 35 and 55. Okay, I see what you're saying. Oh shit! And then that's the other thing about the well, I guess it doesn't matter. He has plenty of Grand Slams, but just Grand Slam is 89 too. So it's a good day for one. All right, yeah, I'll look at this more, but I think that's a good start for now, and we'll plug away it as we go. But Djokovic, I mean, if he doesn't win, I'm gonna be like, how did he not win with that alignment? I don't know if I've ever seen a better one. And this girl right here, who's 5-1 in tennis, the favorite, where'd she go? Ashley Barty. It's perfect. It's perfect for her too. So Madison Keys is one to keep an eye on. She's got the right birthday distance. Again, in case you got here late, we got limited baseball games. There's the Blue Jays are jumping all over the Royals. Well, that's what I was saying yesterday. Them going into that Royals or that Boston series 32 and 53 look right. But the Cubs with a win today, they give the Pirates the 20th loss on the 20-day numerology. They keep the Pirates at 17 wins on 1/7, the first day of the 7th month. They'd also get their 17th win. The Orioles is the risk of the day. If you want to take a risk, they can give the Tampa Bay Rays their 20th home loss on the 20-day. Brewers and Reds is a crapshoot. Rangers can get their 47th win on the 47 date and become 20-20 in the AL West with a win on the 20-date numerology, keeping the Angels at 20 wins. And Giants and Padres is pretty risky too. I do got to say though, if Jeff Samardzija wins, his record just couldn't be any more perfect for facing the Padres. But just going with the pitcher alone burns me so much. It's tough. So again, not to be greedy, Rangers, Cubs. And if you took my advice yesterday on what was going to happen in the Blue Jays series, it looks like you're in business. But yeah, we'll leave it there. I will link the Wimbledon post. Let me make it right now. 2019 Wimbledon Championships notes. And actually, I just got to run the gematria that Wimbledon Championships. I don't normally look at it that way. Ooh, even more numbers to consider. Okay. July 1st through 14th, 2019. All right, so that'll be linked in the description of the review video, and then I will continue to update it throughout the tournament. But yeah, Djokovic looks good to win. This Ashley Barty looks good to at least be in that championship match. And out of the favorites, to me, Madison Keys had the next most interesting thing going on, but might want to run over it a second time. So leave it there for now. Be back tomorrow, same time. Good luck, Truth Seeker.